Warm welcome to you. This is Esther at Stampin Star Creations with the Stamp Around UK video hop, where the UK demonstrators come together and we do videos on YouTube once a month. This month's theme is showcasing some of the new products from the catalogue. I'll be using the Flowers of Friendship stamp set and creating what's called a one-sheet wonder or a stamped sheet or a stamped DSP. So to help break down the background and take away the starkness of the white sheet, I'm coming in with balmy blue and this row of flowers and just creating some straight lines going horizontally and vertically. So not being too precise, but just trying to break up the background with these striped designs. Next I'm going in with Highland Heather and using the larger of the two flowers, and I'm turning my flower, is it 90 degrees? Turning it slightly the other way so they fit inside each other, hovering over the same spot and twisting and doing second generation stamping to get a lighter shade. So I'm doing clusters of flowers and then I'm coming in with a blending brush and I'm going to fill these in with a bit of colour as I go. So Stampin Up do sell their own blending brushes, but I do have these already on hand, so I'm just using these for my project. Coming in with the newest colour, Fresh Freesia, and doing the same, twisting the stamp each way and closing those flowers in by creating little clusters together. And doing the same again, just taking the ink off my brush and then bringing on the Fresh Freesia colour to fill in those smaller flowers. This is a great quick way to be able to colour them in without spending ages on them. Coming in with So Saffron next, and I'm just inking the top half of this stamp, so I've got the three flowers shooting out of the side. Now I'm putting the flowers down in different directions. I want this to be a multi-directional sheet of paper because I'm not quite sure at this stage how it's going to get cut up, so I want the pattern to go in different directions. Same treatment again with the blending brush and just filling in some blobs of the yellow into the flowers. Next, coming in with the leaves and doing second generation stamping using the large and the smaller leaf in the set. This is using Pear Pizzazz, and once again it's quite nice to see the colour taking shape as it gets blended in with the brushes. So to help those blue flowers that we did first pop a bit, I'm making a cross shape in each one using the thicker end of my balmy blue blender Stampin' Blend pen. And as you can see, this just helps them to bring them forward a bit. I'm not going over them if there's already a stamped image on top of it. Then using my decorative mask, I'm using the polka dot one to just create a bit more interest where there's a few gaps. So concentrating in the blue areas with the balmy blue just to fill in a few dots in the area, and this just brings a bit of fun to the card. Using my Highland Heather alcohol blender pen, Stampin' Blend, I'll get it right in a minute, I'm just hitting it over a block to create some splatters. So I've cut my sheet in half because I know that half of it is going to go on an A5 notebook, and I've cut down some Fresh Freesia as that's going to be the border around the edge. So I'm just going to get that measured up and cut, and that will be the first half of the sheet ready for a notebook. I've cut down about less than a quarter for a card, and I've already got a couple of spare strips, and then I'm going to make a pen box, and this was a design from Pootles, and I'm cutting down my paper to 5 5/8 by 4 1/4 inches, which is 11 centimetres by 14 centimetres. So bringing in the long side first on my scoring board, I'm going to do some scoring. So it's just one score on the long side, and we are scoring at 5 5/8 or 1 1/2 centimetres. So having the longest edge to the scoreboard, 5/8 of an inch or 1 1/2 centimetres. Then we're going to turn it around and do that same score, so 5/8 of an inch or 1 1/2 centimetres again. And then the next score line is 1 7/8 or 5 centimetres. Then it's 2 1/2 inches, which is 6 1/2 centimetres. And the last one is 3 3/4 or 10 centimetres. So once you've done all your scoring, you want to burnish all your score lines. One of the ends is narrower than the other, so you want your box to be able to fold flat, so make sure you do have the narrower end for your gluing. Then you want to just cut at the bottom of the narrow end, cut out that little rectangle from the base. Then for each of the other score lines, you just want to cut a line up the score line until it meets the other one. I'm using my tear and tape, or you can use your Stampin' Seal Plus just to lay down that thinner edge. Once you peel away the backing, you can just lie the box on top of it and stick it down together. Nice, simple, narrow box, and it was perfect for this project. And you're just going to glue down that last tab. So I'm just going in with a bit more tear and tape to stick that down. And there's our little box. So it is a little pen box, and it's perfect for putting a couple of pens in. I've got a pen and a pencil to pop in, and I've just popped a hole in the middle, and I've threaded through some fresh freesia ribbon, and this just helps to hold the pen and pencil in place. So I've gone ahead and cut out some flowers, and now I'm cutting out some leaves. Finding that if you stamp on a strip, it's easier to cut out. Those were the only tiny pieces I had left from my One Sheet Wonder. I managed to get some strips onto a peg, which I thought might be useful to have decorative pegs. And it's a great way of using up strips. I managed to get a small bookmark, and I've decorated that with the flowers and the leaf. And then the box pen, which I've decorated again with a little flower. And I'm just going to complete the centre of the flower using the dark purple posy Stampin' Blend. Now this is retired, but I'm sure a lot of you have that colour in your stash, so if you've got it you can use it. It's a nice colour match. Then I've made a little post-it note holder, a little tab holder, and then this is the card, and I've got welcome to the Stampin' Up family. So this whole set is going to go to one of my new team members, and here is the A5 notebook that we've covered as well, with the completed with the flowers. So it's amazing how many little things you can get out from one sheet when you start cutting it down. I hope you've enjoyed my video today. Thank you so much for watching along. Don't forget to check out all the projects by the other participants that will be linked below in the description. Take care, have a fantastic day, and don't forget to subscribe.